Hello and welcome back to another video on the series that I'm doing about Tripsichore technique and how I practice them, understand them, embody them, and teach them. This is a video on the second of the three foundations, on what I consider to be the three foundations of Tripsichore technique. We covered the Ujjayi breath in a previous video. If you don't know what that's about, or you haven't seen that video, go take a look at it here and then jump back in here. It's good to kind of do these in a row, especially if you're new to Tripsichore, just because it kind of builds on each other. But you don't have to. This is the second video where we're going to talk about movement and how the movement originates from. Put it simply, the movement originates from the pelvis. How and why? Those are the questions I'm going to answer. Okay, so if you think about the Ujjayi breath being the breath that we actually use in this technique and when we do practice. So there's the lifting of the rib cage, as I said in the previous video, and the expansion, and you're holding on to that expansion even through the exhale. So you inhale, expanding, exhale, consolidate. Now, when you put the action or the what is actually physically happening in the body when that happens, I talked about the rib cage lifting and the stomach pulling in and up in the previous video. But let's talk about the pelvis here. Now, you've got the iliac crest here, the two bones that are sticking out in your pelvis furthest forward, and then you've got the pubic bone down here, and it creates this triangle. If you put your hands or your thumbs on your iliac crest and then put your pointers on your pubic bone here, and you just relax everything, and then you do an inhale, Ujjayi inhale, there is an ever so slight suggestion and sensation that I feel, and most people feel, of not only pulling up, but pulling forward. So it's like it's going forward and up. And because that's already there, we actually choose to go with that subtle physical suggestion on inhales. So when we do an inhale, we take the pelvis to the forward position. And that's where we get high arch, short lunge, or short high lunge, upward facing dog, and other postures where the pelvis is in the forward position. And if you've ever done any classes or workshops with me, you will hear me say that. Inhale, pelvis forward. It's just a reminder that that is the subtle physical suggestion and to go with it. Now, the back position. Now, the furthest bone back here in the pelvis is the coccyx, or what's commonly called the tailbone. Now, that also, when you inhale, along with the iliac crest and the pubic bone going forward and lifting up, that drops down. So it's even more subtler than what's happening here between the pubic bone and the iliac crest. It's a little bit more subtle. You have to really concentrate to feel it, but it is there. And so we drop the tailbone down. And that avoids things like, there you go. So the butt doesn't stick back, because that is actually going in the opposite direction. It's going in a backward motion, as opposed to going in a forward motion. Now let's talk about the exhale here. Go ahead, get your position, thumbs, iliac crest, pointers, pubic bone, relax, do an inhale, Ujjayi inhale, feel the subtle suggestion, go with it. The exhale, pull that tummy in, close the rib cage down. And there's a moment here in the back where the tailbone, coccyx is, where it just slightly goes back, ever so slightly. I think that's because of the weight of the ribs. I mean, the weight of the ribs and the weight of the lungs coming down. That's what I think it is. I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor, but that's kind of what it feels to me. And so, because of that subtle physical suggestion, on the exhales, the tailbone goes back and lifts up, and you push the pubic bone back with that. So there's a push in the pubic bone, a lifting of the coccyx / tailbone. The spine stays straight, just like we talked about in the previous video with the Ujjayi breath. There's no collapsing or relaxing or surrendering. You maintain. So let's just do 3 Ujjayi breaths with that concept in mind, that the movement starts at the pelvis, not at the arms, not at the legs, not at the head, not at the upper chest. It's all here. Where this goes, the rest of the body follows or gets into its position as a result of what the pelvis is doing. So the inhale, the pelvis goes forward, and as a result, the legs are behind. The chest lifts. The exhale, pelvis goes back, and as a result, the chest goes forward and down. Keep going, it goes below the pelvis. All right. More things to come, but this is the simplest foundational technique. Once again, let's do those Ujjayi breaths that I told you about. Thumbs on the iliac crest, pointers on the pubic bone. Just 3 breaths. Close your eyes if you want. That might help you with the physical sensation. Here we go. Exhale first. Inhale. And exhale. Now on this next one, take the pelvis further forward. Now on the exhale, take it back. Keep the spine straight, maintain the expansion. Here we go, inhale forward. And exhale, back. Bring it to center. Okay, I said this is not a huge, I can't help but take my pelvis forward every time I inhale. This is the subtlest of suggestions, and we go with it. Let's now incorporate that into a round of sun salutes. Now the focus is the movement. When we start going into the high arch, forward bend, everything else, the movement starts at the pelvis first. And I'm going to say this now for people who are like, it doesn't start at the pelvis first. You have to think it. Yes, I know. I know you have to have the brain power to think the movement. And that's really where it all starts. But this, it's a suspension of that belief of that. Yes, we know, but we are incorporating this technique into the practice. Here we go, into the body. Let's bring the hands into prayer. Exhale. Inhale, arms out to the side, so the pelvis stays centered here. Exhale, prayer. Pelvis is centered. First movement forward. Inhale, high arch. Exhale, push it back and up for the forward bend. Right leg back for the short high lunge. Pelvis forward. Forward, forward. Now exhale, push it back, runner's lunge. Inhale, plank. Pelvis is centered. Exhale, push it back and up for the Utkatasana. Inhale, pelvis is forward for the up dog. Move the pelvis first for the down dog. Tricky here, right leg forward, short high lunge, move the pelvis forward. As far forward as you can manage, and exhale, push it back and up for the Utkatasana forward bend. Inhale, high arch, all the way from the back position to the forward position. Here we go, let's link it together, breathe it with me. Focus is on the pelvis moving first. Left leg. And finish in prayer. All right, that was a brief, quick little overview of moving from the pelvis. Thanks, and I'll see you in another video.